Just here today putting together a little bit of a video on how roof tiling's done and how we do it here at Kaplan. I'm here with Paul from Colour Jade Roofing, who has been our contractor since the day dot when we started out in the building industry. Paul, obviously, he's been around a long time. He was just telling me that 40 years he's been roof tiling, so that's the sort of experience we put on our jobs out here at Kaplan, making sure that everything's done properly. Using Bristol product. We only use the Bristol roof tile product because it's a superior product, manufactured here correctly. How's it all looking there, Paul?
Yeah, no, really good. Very organised, and what makes our roofs easier to put together is if everything underneath is square and straight and structural. And that's one of the things we like with Kaplan. We just turn up, we can do our job correctly, and we don't have issues later on. So that makes a big difference. But no, and just even the safety systems at Kaplan for us to keep our guys safe, that's really important for us. And that's when you're working in together, you want those sort of things, and it just gives a really good end product. The guys love working on the jobs here. So that, yeah, I think that's a key to a successful business partnership.
Yeah, it's important what Paul's saying there. It's crucial to us that our business partners are obviously safe, but can do their jobs properly, can enjoy coming to work and come up with a good product. And as Paul says, if everything's done right before he gets here, his job's easy. And then once he's finished his job, it goes on to the next trade, and the next trade job's easy. So that's why we team up with partners like Paul and Colour Jade to make sure that we're producing top quality product for our customers. So what we're actually doing here at the moment, Paul's setting out the roof. So he's already gone through, set the nails in place, so get the gauge of the roof tile set up properly, lay and cut all the battens out, and then they lift the battens up, fit all the sarking down in place, because every roof we do's got sarking. So you will get moisture build up underneath the tiles in the cold weather and condensation, and it needs to be able to come down the sarking and end up in the gutter. So that's why it's crucial to have sarking on your roof. You should have sarking on every roof, and we won't do a roof without it. So Paul's actually setting now the battens in place. Once you've got your set out and you've cut your battens, you then lift them up, put your sarking down, as you'll probably see in this video, and then you nail your battens home. So these all go into position, and then that's what's going to hold the roof tiles up. So Paul's doing that next part now. He's cutting his battens in, then the battens will get lifted up, the sarking will go into place, and then the battens will get nailed down over the top. So Paul's now putting the sarking down in place. Another added benefit to sarking, obviously, it keeps all the dust and stuff out of your roof cavity as well. It stops any dust from travelling in through your roof cavity there. So you see Paul's left a couple battens up the top so we can roll the sarking out. Sarking's got a good overlap, so it takes any moisture down over the previous sheet and down into the gutter. So he'll nail it into place, roll this sarking out, and then these battens that he's positioned back down here, they're already cut. I'll go back up over the sarking and then lock the sarking into place. Which, as we know in construction, water leaks and water issues are the biggest cause of damage in a home. All our roofs, they've got whirlybirds on them now. It's all part of the 7-star energy efficiency ratings you need to achieve, which is good. Takes all the hot air out of the roof, helps you with your air conditioning and things like that. So the sarking all plays a part of that, keeping heat and stuff out of the roof.
You'll notice on the ends, Warren, we don't nail them yet, because what we do is when we come back on the next side, we'll lap the sarking back over. The other battens will come over, and then everything will be nice and tucked under each side. And that way, like you were saying earlier, that way, no way water. It's like a double insurance policy. You'll never get water through. Yep, and that's pretty much just how you do it.
That's a good helpful tip, Paul.
Yep, so that works well.
And everything's in place. Then you're ready to load the roof up, like we've got next door that we're going to go and have a look at, and then start laying all your tiles. So here it is loading up the roofs. You can see it's all manual labour. A nice beautiful day to be doing it too. All the tiles delivered here on the side. They put them up in groups of 4 just straight up the elevator up onto the roof. Normally you'd have one guy down the bottom loading up, and you've got your team up the top who are taking them all off. Anything else to add to that, Paul?
No, it's just like you're saying, there's a lot of manual labour in it. It's not, you can't avoid that, but a lot of with the elevators, it has taken a lot. In the past, they used to carry them up, which is like, that would have been straight up a ladder, so you can see. But in saying that, the boys are very efficient with it, and you can see we've just loaded in forwards. They just got a nice steady pace. They don't try and go too quick, but just a nice steady pace, and it doesn't take them that long. It's when you got professional guys, they're pretty good at doing that.
And this sort of quantity, Paul, would go up in an hour or two?
Hour and a half, maybe, all up. And what happens as it gets closer on the roof, you'll have guys that were running the tiles away. They'll actually start laying the tiles as they get closer.
Yeah, okay.
So that you're sort of, it's like everyone's got a little part to play up there, and it runs quite smoothly. We find that a lot of the teams just run with very, very efficient. They're really good hard workers, but they know what they're doing, and we don't have an excess of people there, but that we find better because you get a better outcome with just professionals. This crew here, all three of them are tilers. There's no labourers. So the guy that's loading these, he's up there, he's fully qualified as well. So we find the more qualified people we have, the better outcome.
Yeah.
So
naturally, and experience too.
And experience, and even safer.
The guys have all been doing it for a while. So.
Yep, that is a big thing.
So here we are. The tiles have all been set out on this side. They're starting to load up the next side. Paulie's just going to take us through what the process has been and how we've got to this point here.
Yep. So as you can see with the guys, they take them off the conveyor belt. We can see on here the stacks of 8. And what they're set up is, you can see they're a row up, row down. And what that is then when they come and lay the tiles and put them in place, every tile on every second course is mechanically fixed. They put nails in it and they'll never move anywhere. Really, really strong way. One thing that's really interesting probably to say to a lot of homeowners is something that's quite new is we're seeing a lot of very light coloured roofs. And this is especially for the solar absorption. It's keeping a lot of the houses cooler, fits in with your basics, and it's just something that has really come into trend in the last couple of years. But what's really nice, in Kaplan use a lot of this profile tile. It's a low profile tile, but they use it as a standard item in their things, and it actually gives it a really modern look. And I think that's key with your house. You want it to really fit in with what suits in the area, and the Kaplan Homes, the roofs look really good like that. They actually really make a nice highlight. But as you can see when it's finished off really very nicely, beautiful straight lines, and into at the end there is what's called a gable. Nice finish where just something that just looks nice, gives the house a nice bit of height. And I think that for the owners, it gives a really nice street frontage, which is really important with these ones. Don't you think, Warren?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, design's a lot to do with the aesthetics of the home and the harmony of the home. So the light coloured roof tiles work in with the harmony.
And I think you were mentioning it earlier, a lot of it's about airflow, which is a big part of it. Now I know with the Kaplan you have a lot of vents in your eaves. We put them in the roof. That keeps your house cool, and that's a big concern in Western Sydney now. It's not just building the house, you want to live in it, you want to be comfortable, you want to keep your energy bills down as much as you can. So I think that's great that everyone takes that into consideration when they're looking towards their home.
Yeah, well said, Paul, well said. So the boys are around here now, they're just loading up.
Yep.
And they'll start to lay this out, but you can see start to finish how the roof tiles are put together, from the set out to the sarking to the battens to the load up, and then the lay of the tiles. And then we'll have some finished product photos there at the end of this video for you to have a look at too, to see how it all goes together. So I really appreciate your time here, Paul.
No, pleasure.
Us out. Paul's always helped us out over a long period of time. We hope to work with Paul for a lot longer.
All good, a pleasure.